This thing even working? Hey Sightseers, got some exciting news to share with y'all. This is where we've been calling home for the last 6 weeks. I don't know if you can see all the RVs out there, but the place is filling up fast. Which means it's time for us to move on. Been looking through maps, looking at my handy dandy guidebooks, and we finally decided that we're gonna head back over into California to Death Valley. I'm really super pumped about our move. I think it'll be really exciting to see a place that I've never been before, Death Valley, in case you didn't catch it the first time around. This was actually our second year down here in Arizona, and it was also our second year exploring the Salton Sea area. I'm really excited to be going over to new territory, something I haven't seen before. I think that'll be just really a fabulous experience, and I'm so happy I get to share, or I will be getting to share that with you all. Not to mention, I think there will be some really cool scenery to share with y'all in the 360 Thursday videos. By the way, I'm practicing my southern drawl, in case you haven't noticed. I'm starting to lose my sunlight here, folks, so I'm gonna have to speed this up just a little bit more. To move my camera around, hopefully that helps with the lighting issue. Wonder if this helps any. And for those of you who are wondering what I've been up to this week, this next little segment is for you. I just got back from a ride out in the desert. Funny story, ran out of gas. But that's not exactly why I'm shooting this. I actually wanted to show you some things that I found while out in the desert. I found these. If you can see that. I believe these are lead coated in copper, because the copper has taken on that greenish cast after it's been sitting or oxidizing. Not sure how old these are. Gonna have to do some research online to see if I can figure out perhaps the period that these are from, or if maybe there's somebody around here that can date them for me. I'm not really sure. Right now I don't see really any telltale markings on them, but I gotta clean them up a bit and see if there's anything that can help identify these. How I happened upon these things is actually rather interesting. Well, we were out riding, probably about 5 or 6 miles out in the middle of nowhere, out in the desert, and we came across this wash and had driven past it and stopped, and we're figuring out what we wanted to do. Decided, hey, why don't we go check that out actually? So we turned back around and stopped, parked the bikes, and walked down in it. Now the walls, I'd say, were probably about maybe about 12 feet high. So you know we're down in there at the bottom of this wash, walking along, and you can see all the rocks and stuff that are in the walls that made up the wall of the wash. And apparently walked, I don't know, I have no judge of distance, so I don't know, a couple 100 feet in or whatever, and seen a spot where it looked like somebody had at one point been digging out in the side of the wash. So I was nosing around there in the dirt and found one of these. So I started doing my own digging and came up with, what, I got almost 10 of these that were down in the dirt there. It'd be really cool to find out, you know, what time period these are from, if these are actually from the Old West. You know, maybe it was an old cowboy sitting there and he was getting shot by a bad guy. Who knows? Calamity Jane was over there shooting up a storm. No, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not an expert on these sorts of things, but thought it was cool. Picked them up. Now I have them. I'm going to see if I can clean them up a bit. I don't want to clean them up too much, you know, because sometimes it's just cool to leave that pantene on them because they've been oxidizing for some time, but we'll find out, figure it out. But I am holding history here in my hand. That's what's really cool about it. Now you know I'm a bit of a nerd. Thought maybe you'd want to catch a glimpse of the sunset back there before moving into your favorite part of the week. All right, let's do this. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, this week's shout out. This week's shout out goes to Craig Charlton. Craig, if you're watching, this shout out goes out to you. Thank you, Craig, for your role in the whole going undercover at the RTR for Camo Dave video. It is greatly appreciated.